are some of the children of Illinois who will be attending our colleges and universities during the next 10 years. They are fairly young now, but they are already a serious problem for our state universities. On November the 8th, you, the voters, will be asked to vote on a bond issue which will provide new buildings for our state universities. If you do not vote on this issue, it is to be counted as a no vote. So before you put that ballot aside, stop and look at the situation, both now and in the future. At the present time, our university facilities are filled beyond capacity. And the problem is this: during the next 10 years, twice as many children will be trying to get into our schools of higher education. These are a few of those children. This is Steve, age 8. Greg, age 9. Here's Gigi, 10 years old. Kevin, 11 years old. Sandy, age 12. Cynthia, she's 13. Dave, 14. Virginia, but most people call her Cookie, is 15. Mike, age 16. And here's another Steve, age 17. Here at Southern Illinois University, the lack of instructional space has already been felt. Unless this critical situation is remedied immediately, these children will face many problems when it is time for them to enter college. Even though new buildings are being built, the increasing enrollments continue to aggravate the condition. Steve will be the first to have the needs of Southern affect him. Of course, Steve will be required to take and pass rigid entrance exams, besides having a good high school record. The attendance must be limited since space is at such a premium. But if he is finally admitted to the university, Steve will register in this old house and wait to see his advisor. When he can finally get in to see the advisor, the two of them will be crammed into a small cubicle as they try to map out Steve's college career. Mike is already concerned about his universityation. Here he is able to talk with, or rather yell with, a college professor. At the present time, most professors' offices are overcrowded, making consultations with students a very haphazard and unsatisfactory affair. It is necessary that adequate facilities be provided for teacher-student discussions. The amount of instructional space for each student is rapidly decreasing at Southern. Already the space has dropped to approximately 1/4 of the minimum recommended space per student. By the time Cookie is ready for college, there will be even less instructional space. Dave's only 14 now, but by the time he's ready for college, there will be 40% more students at Southern. By that time, this gymnasium will be over 40 years old, and the facilities, which were designed for 1,200 students, won't be adequate for the over 16,000 students who will be on the campus with Dave. Cynthia was born 2 years after the Second World War, but unless the voters of Illinois decide to build new classrooms, Cynthia will have to attend college in these World War II Army barracks. Uninsulated and poorly supported, they represent the only available instructional space for some of the departments at Southern Illinois University. Although this library at Southern Illinois University is new, it cannot seat all of the students who want to use it during the rush hours. Additions have been designed to help this situation, but a great deal of money is needed to finance these additions. When Sandy wants to use the library during his junior year, there will be more than half again more students fighting for a place to sit. Unless this condition is changed, Sandy's studies will be hampered considerably. The university bond issue is designed to alleviate these conditions by providing our state with the necessary funds. This auditorium was built at Southern almost 45 years ago. At that time, it was more than ample for the entire student body. Already this building can't hold even a portion of the freshman class. There will be over 8,000 more students when Kevin arrives. The funds must be available so that a suitable meeting place can be provided. The time to build is now. Building costs are rising. Gigi looks very small next to this huge power plant, but this huge power plant is inadequate at the present time. New additions are needed immediately to heat the necessary classrooms. Most of the temporary structures now in use are heated by their own coal, gas, and oil furnaces. This is an inefficient and costly method. Already some of these old buildings have been condemned as unsafe. Special permission and innumerable precautions were necessary so that we could show you this scene. It will take thousands of dollars to make some of these valuable but old brick buildings usable and safe for the children of Illinois. These old residences don't look like a university to our other Steve, but these are the buildings where he'll be attending classes if the money for new construction is not provided very soon. Already there are many of these temporary buildings being used at Southern Illinois University, and each year their number will have to be increased unless some positive action is taken immediately. Here again are the children of Illinois who will be ready for college during the next 10 years. If you have a child between the ages of 8 and 17, he is among them. Be sure there will be adequate instructional space for him when he's ready for college. Remember, if you do not vote on this issue, it is the same as voting no. Make it possible for our children to have the opportunities for higher education. X the yes for the university's bond issue on November 8th.